So, schönen guten Abend. Sanji hier. Es ist wieder Zeit für Final Fantasy XVI und wir nähern uns mehr und mehr dem Ende der Geschichte. Bei dieser Folge werden wahrscheinlich noch die ganzen Sidequests erledigt werden müssen, die ich aber gerne mache. So, womit fange ich denn am besten an? Hier leuchtet aus grün. Was hinten noch? Ah, da kann ich was. Ah, es gibt neue Hand. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Die freue ich mich auf.
You alright? About that.
If there's anything I can do to help you kill this Ultima block, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands. Really?
Aye.
I don't even joke about that. Anyway, I thought you said you hadn't finished with it. I did, didn't I? Now, if you wanted to give me an even grander title, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent. Gav the Almighty, oh Gott, übertreib ja. Gav the Lionheart. Something along those lines. I will leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you are more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Oh, right hand. Das ist ja ein Kompliment. Right-hand man, eh? I'll take it.
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes like.
So, what's the problem?
The problem is that Eda's due any day now. And I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
Good luck.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need. A feather.
Ist Ambrosia nicht
the bird
silbern?
whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
There's
Der
no
hier
shortage of
weiß.
those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Er kümmert sich ja richtig um die. Da. So. Muss ich mich an den neuen Controller gewöhnen? Den alten habe ich weggeschickt. Man muss jetzt warten, bis der ganz neue kommt oder der reparierte.
Welcome to the Patron's
Ich hoffe, dass es schnell geht. Continental Acclaim. Sehe ich immer so schlecht. Da steht, da ist der Drunken Galley Captain I shared the table with last night is to be believed. Word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish herself being one such woman. Okay, Gareth. Haben wir dann gekriegt? Genji, glaube ich. Increases damage dealt to enemies. So generell jeder Schaden. Ist ja auch nicht verkehrt, würde ich sagen.
All yours. All done?
Vielleicht tausche ich da sogar gegen meinen Willens. Increase Impulse Will Damage. Das gibt 10% mehr Damage. Vielleicht, wenn ich zu wenig Will Damage mache, dann. Kuppa. Was hast du Schönes für mich? Aha, zwei neu. Und beide E. Also S gab's ja nicht so oft. Der war S. Der Ritter war S. Und das war's. Okay. Kommt bestimmt noch ein dritter. 3 ist eine gute Zahl. The Grim Reaper. There is a saying among the imperial soldiers of the Northreach garrison. Steer clear of the drowned tower, lest the spectre sickle reap your root. Okay. They speak in the typical uncouth terms of the thrall that dwells within the ether flood. One whose frightful aspect and command over lesser minions would appear to mark him as a high-ranking member of his species. What then? Like this X. Yeah.
People have no oil, no salty.
This is bread. Good. Bread is always. So, was haben die jetzt gemeint? Of the Northreach garrison. Steer clear of the drowned tower. Let's expect the sickle reap your root. Aha, also Northreach and Tower, okay. Night of the Splendent Heart. Most pilgrims to the holy capital of Oriflamme pass through the Penitence Gate on the road from the Royal Meadows. Of late, however, a knight in shining armor has elected to station himself beside this entrance, accusing any and all passerby of being Sid the Outlaw, the one who let Prince Dion down. Okay, the path to destruction, and challenging them to a duel to the death. Ist das der? Wer könnte das denn sein? Klingt ja schon fast, als wäre das der Liebhaber. Ich sehe gerade unten stehen ja die Locations. War das schon die ganze Zeit? Die sagen ja sogar. Hä? Mir noch nie aufgefallen. Und ich suche das die ganze Zeit. Manchmal ein Fragezeichen, aber sage mal, ist mir das gar nicht aufgefallen. Der Croc Sunbreak. So zumindest, dass man weiß, ob das Dalmeki oder Sunbreak ist. Das ist ja schon 10-mal mehr hilfreich. Das eine Mal, wo ich gesucht habe, habe ich ja alles abgesucht hier. faszinierend. Also ich muss mir mal eins der Folgen angucken aus der Vergangenheit, weil ich bin jetzt völlig verblüfft. Also beides Sunbreak, der Penitence Gate und das Cape Orrery, aber das ist Northreach. Okay. Gut, in dem Fall wüsste ich sowieso, dass beides Sunbreak sein müsste. Mein Northreach. Was ist das Northreach-Ding? Das ist hier Northreach. Also hier habe ich irgendwo, denke ich mal. Und das andere Monstrum war zwischen Meadow. From the meadows to wohin? From the Royal Meadows through the Penitence Gate. Most pilgrims to the Holy Capital from us. Also ist beides eigentlich in dem Gebiet hier scheinbar. Weil das ist ja auch dieser Royal Meadows. Gehen wir mal hin. Beide in einem Gebiet, das ist natürlich simpel. Da steht schon der Erste. Wer bist du, mein Freund? Wer bist du? Ja, der hat sich noch umgedreht. Zu mir. Faszinierend. Als wüsste der, dass ich schon hier kommen will. Ja, jetzt muss ich kommen. On your knees.
He hasn't heard. And he doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
He hasn't heard. Wird ein bisschen dauern, bis ich mich an die neuen Sachen gewöhnt habe. Ja. Aua. Gott. Alter, hat mich rausgeworfen. Gott. Okay, ich konzentriere mich auf ihn, weil er killt mich sowieso. Schauen wir mal. Ich habe sogar meinen Dienst verschwendet. Ach, ich dachte ich wäre schon gewechselt. Die Macht der Gewohnheit. Die Bomben sind total verwirrt. Wo ist denn der hin? Warte mal, der ist ja richtig schön. Mhm, weiß die Panne. Weiß. Also der Angriff weicht ja den Bomben ordentlich aus, ey. Ist da stecken geblieben. Oh, noch ein Versuch. Smart. Der zweite Kampf lief schon besser. Nicht so oft verwirrt gewesen mit den Tasten. Gutes Zeichen. Okay, jetzt dreht er völlig ab. Mit meinem Blitz habe ich ihn gekickt. Also ich habe jetzt nicht das Gefühl gehabt, dass der Cooldown nicht ausgereicht hat beim Anschauen. Aber bin jetzt, glaube ich, nicht so schnell wie sonst gewesen.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Wherever you are. No. You can go Turkey. So. Wo habe ich Chocobo? Komm her, mein Chocobo.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Und da ist ein Tower, also gehe ich mal davon aus, dass die den gemeint haben. Final Fantasy. Oh, was ist das? Nope.
This won't be easy.
Tatsächlich keiner hier.
Be safe.
Dann kann ich mal üben ein bisschen die neue Steuerung. Habe ich denn alle? kann er wieder nicht umgeworfen werden. Ah, zu weit. Okay, ne? Also ich glaube, so langsam habe ich mich gewöhnt. Ich denke, wenn eine stressige Situation kommt, müsste ich noch aufpassen, dass ich mich nicht verdrücke. Ansonsten passt es. So, die Frage ist jetzt natürlich, wo ist der Typ? Da ist noch ein Tower, ne? Westwatch. Baywatch.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Bringe ich an ihm vorbei.
Caution, brother.
Ja, aber Final Fantasy XVI lässt sich zum Glück ganz gut spielen mit dem normalen Controller, ohne dass ich das Gefühl habe, mir fehlt großartig was. Kann aber leider nicht umschalten auf andere Spiele. Begrenzt mich. Leider. Aha, das ist der andere. Hand. Der Lich Prince of Death. Rank E.
Not another one. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
Da hat er mich fast gemacht. Ah. Brauchst du doch noch den Angriff hier. Seriously? Wie hatten der sich da bitte wegteleportiert? Du sagst, würde ich keinen Skill einsetzen, weil also die Teleportation war ja crazy.
Too slow. Nice try.
Ja, passt. was macht, Leute. Der hat aber viel Willpower. Man denkt schon, der müsste doch jetzt langsam fallen, aber dann doch nicht. So, komm. Da, mein Freund. You lose. Das Einzige, was mich, ja, das Einzige, was mich noch ein bisschen stört, ist dieser Wechsel von den Items. Komme ich noch nicht so ganz rein. Gut, aber dann hätte ich jetzt wieder 2 Hands. Wunderbar.
Clive.
Here to say your goodbyes, are you?
Ta-ra then.
Ta-ra then. For now, but you'd better come back. I'll fly up there and drag you home by your ears.
Thank you, Karen.
Didn't you think you'd find the thought appealing? Didn't think you'd find the thought appealing. Look, just don't die, alright? Change in leadership's bad for business. You're off to kill a god, so what? You've done everything else you've put your mind to, haven't you?
You could do this too.
Do this too. Okay.
What are you still here for? That poor hand of yours is suffering.
Okay.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Ja, ich will Zeug essen kaufen. Nee.
It'd better all be here.
So. Wie rum? Ich glaube einmal im Bogen.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs.
Achso, das ist mit dem
Excuse
Vogel.
me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo. Near some gutted hovel, not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but Who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Soll ich jetzt das Biest suchen oder den Typen?
The Guardians of the Flame were true friends to the rest. They fought our enemies, manned our barricades, joined us on our patrols. Now they're gone, I suppose it's back to double shifts.
Double Shift. Also es scheint nicht so, dass er drin sein müsste. Scheint einfach drumherum irgendwo zu sein.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have
Ah, doch, da ist jemand.
Now, let's get this stone set out.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right.
Wie so ein Schweinchen.
Thank you anyway.
Wie so ein Schweinchen.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jaws couldn't hurt me. I'm a son of Rosaria, after all. A born survivor.
Eine Schwäche eingestehen. Guter Mann, guter Mann.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here,
So sturdy, even...
Mhm.
All's well, my lord.
come on. Run like the wind.
Rechts rum.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything.
Und da war sich ein Nest gebaut gehabt. Aber wir sollen das Chocobo nicht töten, versteht. Aber die Feder kriegen wir trotzdem. Als hätte es was extra für uns da gelassen. Das ist doch genau das gleiche wie Ambrosia hat. Wieso hat er extra danach gesucht?
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you.
Borrowing is good.
Let's get this back together before they change their minds.
Das ist doch genau wie Ambrosia. Sehen wir doch nichts hier. Ja, 1:1. Was also irgendwie manchmal das Spiel. Manchmal. Was haben wir hier? Aiming High. Was war das nochmal für ein Quest? Wo ist Aiming High? Achso, das ist mit Quest.
It's well. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Was war denn das für ein... Achso, das war ja dieses abgefuckte Dorf. Ja. Die Beine den Kopf gestellt. Und Leute verbrannt. Okay, dann haben wir das auch. Und hier noch Quest. Was ist das für ein Quest? Also auf eine Insel. Wieso wollte ich auf eine Insel? Wegen der Motorgeil, glaube ich. Ja.
After all these years.
Was ist das
Not
Boot?
smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy.
Haben wir das Boot nicht gezeigt? Natürlich nicht. Das war doch bloß eine Falle.
This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on.
Oh, neuer Abschnitt.
Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
Ja, ist auch. Der rennt noch nicht mehr richtig.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
Eine Rückzugsinsel. Der war ja Mini. Torge.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you,
Torgal.
for never giving up. For never forgetting.
Hübsch. Hübsch das Fell. Das Silberfell.
Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal.
Noch mehr.
All right. I'm coming.
Manchmal sieht er weiß aus. Manchmal hat er diesen bläulichen Stich. Aussicht auf die Stadt. Torgal weiß, was gut ist.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Clive's old sparring sword, salvaged by a faithful friend in the aftermath of the Iron Blood invasion 18 winters past. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. Rodney.
Pferdewunder.
Confused?
No, I'm so happy.
Surprised, not confused, surprised. You think it's true they make the video? Maybe cheating. Why they make the video?
Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
Kommen wir mal zurück zum Hideaway. Und dann nach Dalmekien.
It was no trouble at all.
Hat er sein Vorbild vor sich.
How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
to the people of the North. Silver chocobos are symbols of good fortune. The mere sight of one potentially meaning the difference between a failed harvest and a bumper crop, according to Garth at least.
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Bin immer noch verwirrt wegen dem Chocobo.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that don't ever give me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Come on. Will er mich dabei haben? Interesting.
Ty's tea stop the fits. I only hope they stay stopped.
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
Oh. Kriegt ihr was einfach so?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed. And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
Medicine Chest. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass man Zeug bekommen kann, wenn man mit Leuten spricht. Sachen gibt's.
Yes, my
Hast du mir
lord.
auch was?
My lord.
You're resolved to go then.
I am.
And so is Joshua. I know you fear for him, but I'll do everything in my power to keep him safe.
I do not doubt it.
You are, as you have always been, his first chief. I was only his temporary protector. Now his grace has bade me protect the hideaway instead. And that is what I shall do.
Thank you, Yute.
May you return safely.
To us, my lord. Both of you.
His Grace and I.
Often spoke on our travels, and a certain saying of his remains with me even now. Duty is the enemy of freedom. kinda.
At first?
I thought that he spoke of his own plight. That though he was able to roam the land again, his duty to unearth the truth about Ultima prevented him from being truly free. But I came to understand that he spoke not of himself, but of me.
It was my duty to him.
That his grace judged to be inimical to my own freedom. Was im Wort inimical? Gegensätzlich? Oder von enemy? Inimical. Schädlich, nachteilig, feindlich. Also könnte doch mit enemy zu tun. Hostile. Inimical to my own freedom. I believe that this is why he bade me remain here, that I might at last be released from my duty to him. Few others in his position would allow the cares of a humble attendant to weigh so heavily upon them, nor take such drastic action in response.
Have care, my lord.
Wo ist denn Gav?
Ah, me lords.
How are you
Plötzlich
feeling?
ist er da.
Well, thank you.
Ah, doch, jetzt kommt.
Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is,
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister, and then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
What's left?
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Und dann level up. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Winter mead. Curiosity. Potent potable made from honey collected in the Northern Territory. Short summers and fermented slowly over the next 6 months. Said to warm the belly on the North's cold winter nights. I said I was thirsty. Ja. Die meisten Sachen kriegt man jetzt zum Schluss scheinbar. So, mal anschauen dann. So. Dann haben wir hier 1, 2, 3, 4 Quests. Ja, fangen wir mal mit dem. Bin mal gespannt, wie es mit dem Typen aus der Wüste weitergeht. Ob er jetzt verjagt wird oder nicht. Auch mal auf ein Happy Ending, Lubo.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The hideaway.
Okay.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Vertrauen wird mir jetzt keiner wirklich, aber interessant. Soll ja ein Happy Ending werden, ne?
You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Know your place, bearer.
Ja.
Why do they always have
Ah ja, klar.
What's the commotion? Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come,
They
Clive.
don't care.
If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
Listen to me. They're coming. We need to evacuate.
Sehr close.
I think we'd better shut up. What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Kill the Akashic.
Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
Wollen sie ihn steinigen?
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Da kommt der Stein.
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Run!
Just go, bearer!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Go on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go. Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
No. Come on!
Stop!
Klar, lass die Kinder hin.
Him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Macht er die
Who
Spaß?
spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here?
No.
And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
You okay?
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalimil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalimil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Da muss ich. Ah, da waren ja Gegner. Banditen. Und jetzt sind da nur noch Akashic.
There it is. The flood. But what's waiting for us inside?
Da stehen ein paar rum.
We can't leave a single one alive.
Farewell. Farewell. Der letzte. Akashic Gentleman. Akashic Gentleman.
finished.
Also es fühlt sich gut an.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you.
Ein happy ending.
Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
What kind of hat do you want?
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubo, about the children.
Das muss ja nicht
Fear
mehr
not,
sein.
you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalamel.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Lines in the sand. Briarski signboard. The emblem of the Briarski is Pride of Dalamir. The forge is almost as popular with traveling merchants as the trading post famous healing baths, where the weary can soak away their saddle sores on the way to Drake's Fang. Für Impuls habe ich was. Cooldown. Cooldown. Der Impuls kommt sowieso relativ schnell, insofern ist das eher uninteressant. Was habe ich denn jetzt eigentlich ausgerüstet? Habe ich Damage angenommen? Ja, Increased Damage. Okay. Gut, dann wäre der Quest auch zu Ende. Gehen wir mal weiter im Kreise.
Let's go. This won't be easy.
Bestimmt angreifen.
Karava, if you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Da ist es. Mitten in der Landschaft, ganz sichtbar. Hat sich auch nicht ordentlich versteckt. Ja. Dass er den Angriff hier nicht ausführen will bei der Schildkröte ist schon faszinierend. Er sich doch gar nicht mehr bewegen können. Ach nein, jetzt hat er mich da gerade umgeworfen. Das aktivieren wollte. Kann sogar durch die Schildkröte durch mit diesem Sidestep. Interesting. Ah, Gott, falsche Seite. Komm. Ach Gott, schon wieder falsche Seite. Glänzen.
You're finished.
Key item. It is believed an adamantose will grow a thin new layer to its protective shell once every 2 moons. Considering that many of the creatures live for hundreds of years, it should come as no surprise that the shells of older specimens can be several hands thick and weigh over 50 stone. Okay.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Ach, das war immer noch für die mit.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here.
Bin ich mal gespannt, was der Vater zu sagen.
If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Vor allem, so will er mithören. Der ist ja neugierig. So, my beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms. And only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome. I have made plans to see us through. Hello, hello? But such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father. Die letzten Worte von ihm. Ah ja. Im Grunde Hoffnung und Aufgabe.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim.
Das, was die
But your
gemacht haben.
father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse. and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pit.
Ja, kein Thema. Ich spreche zu mir selbst. Ich erwarte keinen Rückmeldung.
See, only they are still with us.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Ich habe Sony übrigens erreicht und den Controller endlich eingeschickt, falls du das jetzt hören solltest. Wenn nicht, nicht so wild. So, was habe ich bekommen? Ich soll nochmal zurück. Verwirrend. Hat er noch ein Quest?
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
Noch ein Quest.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
So you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
Vor allem scheinbar wussten ja einige von all dem, weil er richtig angebetet wird. Und wenn nicht mal unser Archäologe oder was auch immer er ist, irgendwelche Infos von ihm hat, ist das schon krass. Sag mal, der will wieder mit mir reden. Wie viele Quests hatten der? Doch der gleich? Nee. Nein. Die Frau. Wer ist das?
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
What else?
Titan's Wake is to the south of here.
Yeah, I know
But
where
we
it
must
is.
not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Du meinst, dass wir nicht sterben sollen? Als ob. Ich bitte dich. Waren wir am Speicherpunkt.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
Da ist es.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Leuchtet immer. Oh. Als ob, du warst doch mitten im Angriff. Na, so falsch. Falsche Seite. Das ist immer noch eingefroren. No, hab ich nicht. Ja, hab ich. Get him, boy. Oh, wollte springen. Ja, guck mal. Der lässt mich weiter. Da haben wir unseren Vater stolz gemacht. Wichtig im Leben, ne? Heart's done. Griffins suffer something akin to the crystal's curse. Their flesh slowly turning to stone over a lifetime of channeling ether. Oh, really? Unlike bearers, however, the effect is far more gradual and limited to a sac around their heart. The slower progress of a petrification resulting in the formation of gemstone of rare beauty. Heißt am Herz.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Man sieht schön aus oder nicht? Wenn nicht, dann nicht. Dann ja.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
Edelsteinschleife.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Er wurde
My
gewarnt
duty to
sogar.
your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that his Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
The bands suit you well.
Wo sind sie denn?
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
He is waiting. He has been waiting for a long time. Na, wo ist es denn? Das Grab. Das dürfte ja nur sein. Ah, da konnte ich vorhin nicht rein. So. Nee, das ist das andere. Kann immer noch nicht hin. Bin mal gespannt, was hier ist.
Come on. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
He's just back there.
Ich war hier schon an dem Grab. Ja, genau. Ich habe mich noch gefragt, wer ist das, der da liegt? Das ist der Vater.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Sieht er seinen Geist.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Rusted Battlehead. Archduke Erwin Elwin's helm, won during his victorious campaign to quell the northern uprising. War's coming, my boy. We must make ready. So, jetzt haben wir wieder ein paar Quests zum Abgeben. Gucken wir aber noch, ob ich den einen hier mitnehme. Das wäre ja der letzte in dem Gebiet.
Do you see that too?
See what? Also das Ding, das schwebt. Schwebt das über den Gewässern? Und im Wasserfall, das wäre natürlich...
What is it? Please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
Nothing good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you.
Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down your spine.
Ready, girl? Faster!
Manchmal erkennt er links und manchmal rechts. Ab und da. Und doch nur den Wasserfall anschauen.
That can't be Rutherford, can it?
Was ist hier los?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Renegade. Manchmal vergesse ich noch, dass sich die Steuerung geändert hat. Wir haben keinen einzigen Schwung hinbekommen. Vielleicht ganz am Anfang. Oh, und noch ein Level. 2 Level geschafft. Das ist ja.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
Mit dem Controller.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors! I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis, or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question.
Wer war denn das? Wow.
What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Very good, very good. An wen hat er denn jetzt gedacht?
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine.
Hmm.
No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Quentin war ja der Bürgermeister. Von Lostwind. Wo könnte er denn sein? Ist ja immer noch in Lostwind. Ach, die sind hier jetzt rübergezogen. Ja, war ich auch schon eine Weile nicht mehr. Ja, sieht nicht mehr ganz so grün aus wie damals. Sehr herbstlich.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now?
Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on, then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
Bitte,
I know
bitte.
it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role. And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else. I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison. So you'll join us? Where do you need me? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there. That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days. Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Was wollen die am Ende des Tages machen? Ich blick's irgendwie nicht. Die wollen irgendwelche Leute von irgendwas überzeugen. Haben wir hier 1, 2, 3, 4 Quests. Die mache ich wahrscheinlich nicht.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
Parsimonies.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Also im Grunde ist Quentin da nur die zu schlichten.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Mhm. Okay, das ist interessant. The Triunity Accord, signed by representatives from Rosaria, Dalmatia, and Sunbreak. This mutual accord sets the stage for a new age in Storm, if not officially, then at least in spirit. What great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony?
Sorry, can't take you where you need to get to, but the Argo and me will be waiting when you get back.
Ach, Argo haben die das Schiff genannt. Das erinnert mich gerade an Shadow of Colossus. Argo. Das muss doch irgendwas Historisches oder Mythisches sein. Also, bestimmt eine Bedeutung. Gut, dann, aber hier habe ich immer noch Sachen offen. Ja, ich denke, ich werde nächstes Mal dann weitermachen. Und einen Quest hier abgeben. Und die anderen 4 noch, das sind glaube ich 4 Quests. Und einer leuchtet hier aus irgendeinem Grund, also noch ein neuer Quest. Jetzt haben wir hier 1, 2, 3, 4. Wahrscheinlich Abgabe und 5 noch neue oder sowas. Noch genug zu tun vor dem Hauptevent. Vielleicht kommt ja noch ein Hand dazu. Vielleicht auch nicht.
How the hell is Sid gonna deal with that?
Wo ist das Ding? Gucken alle da lang. Ach, da hinten. Da hinten ist es. Fahren wir nochmal hoch. Zu unserem Aussichtspunkt. Kling, kling, kling.
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they... one of these days. One of these days, I swear, it's gonna be me who drinks you under the table.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was yesterday.
Ha ha, you think you're so funny. But just wait till we crack open the bottle I left in your chambers. That stuff's strong enough to burn the horns off a behemoth.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
Das ist abgehauen. Interesting. Gut. War wieder mal schön, trotz neuer Steuerung und vielen Sidequests, aber 2 Hunts hatte ich ja auch. Insofern hat sich das definitiv gelohnt. Ja, wünsche einen schönen Abend und ja, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao. Hast du das gehört? Bye, bye. Dachte, du bist mit deinen Kopfhörern unterwegs. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.